लिया है नीचे लिया तो Hi everyone, a very good evening. So, a CSS class is going on. Let's continue that only. So, it's our 5th day boot camp. Let me open my live server. Okay. These all are the things that we done yesterday. In today's class, we are going to learn about CSS box model. In yesterday class, we see background property, border property, and many more things. How to add padding, how to add margin, and we see the difference also. What is the difference between margin and padding, and how can we add? Like if we want a space between our content, for that we can use padding, and outside the content, for that we are going to use margin. But in today's class, we are going to learn about CSS box model. For understanding that, let's go through a simple coding example to understand CSS box model. Okay, let me open my VS Code. It's already open. Okay. Now here what I am going to do, I am going to use h1 tag, and inside h1 tag I am going to write understanding CSS box model. Okay. Now let me save this file. Inside CSS box model, what we are going to do, I'm going to take one div, and inside div, let me take it in small character only. Okay. Inside div, I'm going to take one p tag, and this is the content inside the box. Okay, let me save this. Now let's see on a UI, on a web page, how it's looking. Understanding CSS model, how CSS apply on that. Let me explain you that as well. Okay, we have a simple H1. Okay, now you can see we are using H1, and here we don't give any CSS, but here we get a background property. Why it's happened? Because already we use H1 here and we are applying CSS to that H1, so that whenever we are going to use H1 we get this property. Okay, so that's why we get like this. It's fine, no worry. Okay, now we have inside div tag we have a paragraph tag, and inside paragraph we have a, this is the content inside the box. You can see, let me zoom it out so that you can able to see. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give class to this div, and inside class I'm going to write box. The name of class is box. And for class, whenever we are using class, for giving CSS, what we are going to use, we are going to use special character, that is dot. For ID we are use hashtag, and for class we are going to use dot. And dot, what is our class name? It is box. Okay, and let me apply CSS on that now. First of all, I'm going to take some width. Here I'm going to add width 200 pixel. Let me save this file so that you can find the difference, how it's applicable. Okay, now you can see we have a width of 200 pixel. Now I want to add some height as well. For adding height, I can use height property, height CSS property, and giving height as 100 pixel. Let me save. Now I get height as well. After giving height, I want background color so that I can understand this is a box. Okay, so for giving background color, I am going to use background color CSS property and give any color. For example, here I want to give color in a hex F0, F0, F0. Yeah, fine. Let me save this. Now we get one box, and inside box we have some content. By giving background color, why it's this much? Now here we apply width as a 200 pixel, and we have an height as well as 100 pixel, and we give background. Now we can understand height or width both are applicable on this P tag. Now what I am going to do, after adding background color, I want to give some border. Border as 2 pixel. Okay, this is my border, 2 pixel, and this border should be solid. And we have some color as well. Now you can see the difference. In this way we can style a box. I will show you some more things so that you can understand what box model called. Now after adding border, I'm going to give some padding. Padding, why we are using padding? I just want some space here inside my content. For that, what we are going to use? We are going to use padding. Let me give some padding, 20 pixels. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. The content is come in between the box. Now, if I want to give some spaces outside this box, so for that what can I do? I can use margin property. Here I am going to give margin as a 30 pixel. Let me save this file. Okay, now you can get some space from left hand side and from above as well, from top as well. So in this way, if you use only margin, so you can get margin from top, right, left and bottom as well. So its margin is 30 pixel. Now it's fine. Now I will explain you what we are doing in this code. So here in index.html, you can see we are giving the dot box class here the class as a box. So class box represent the class of the div element that we want to style, and we set here inside box we set a fixed width and height for the box, and then we apply a background color, border, padding, margin to the box. So by adjusting this value, you can observe how the box model property affect the overall layout of the element. Hope now you understand. If you don't understand, no worry. I am showing you W3 School so that from there you get an idea. Okay. Here we have a box model. Let me increase its size. Yeah, here it is. Inside box model, we are talking about this design. We have a content. Okay, first we use a paragraph tag. Let's understand like this. P tag is our content that we take in our code. Then after that, for content we need space. So for that, what we add padding. And after that, we give border so that we can see like the content is in a proper position or not. And for outside the border, and if we want to display our box in a proper position from outside also, for that we are using margin. And if you want to get the proper definition of one line, so from here you can get it. Content, what is content? The content of the box where text and images appear. That is our content. Whether it is text or it is images, it is anything. So that is our content. And what is padding? Clears an area around the content. That is our padding. It is transparent. Then we have a border that goes around the padding and content. You can see border that goes around content and padding and content. So that is our border. Then we have a margin that clears an area outside this border. So the margin is transparent and padding is also transparent. This box model allows us to add a border around element and to define space between element. So in this way, we can understand box model. Inside box model, we have a content, padding, border, margin. Hope you all understand what is CSS box model. If you not understand, then please take a reference of W3 School and do practice by your own so that it's easy for you to understand all those things. After that, we are going to learn about CSS tables. Okay, where is our document? Let me remove this as of now. After that, you can check. Okay. Now we are going to learn about CSS tables. Like in previous class, we learned how to create table. We create a simple index. Inside HTML, we create a simple table using HTML tags. Now we learn how to add CSS to that table so that it looks good. And how can we add hovering effect? These all things we are going to learn in this lecture only. Let me create a table first, the simple table. Okay, here only I am going to create a table. Inside table we have a T head, and inside T head we have a TR, that is table row. These all things I taught you in previous class. If you don't know, then go and see the previous video, then you can understand. Now inside TR, first we have a table row. Inside table row, what we have? Table data. But before table data, we have a headers, table headers, okay, heading part of table. So that is denoted by TH. So here TH header 1 we have header 1. In the same way we have a header 2, header 3. Let me copy this only without wasting time. We can do it fast. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Let me write header 2 and this one is a header 3. After header, what we have? We have a table data. For making table data, here only we are going to create one more table row, and inside this table row we are going to define our table data. Table data as row 1, row 2. the row 1, and in this way you have to create row 2, row 3 as well. This is our row 2 and this is a row 3. Let me comment it out for a while so that you can see. Let me save this file. Now here you can see, here we have a header. As we create a header part, header 1, header 2 and header 3. Now we need a table row. Let me uncomment it, and then we have a row 1, row 2, row 3. It's clearly visible to you all. If not, let me zoom it out. It's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to make one more table data for row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6. One more row we are going to create. Let me copy this only, this full TR, and paste it below. And just change the number as 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Okay. Okay, now fine. So now we have a simple HTML table. You can see. Now without CSS, it's look very not so attractive. It's look simple. So for making attractive, what we can do, we can apply some CSS style to that. Now here, just go on CSS file, and inside CSS file, you can see what all we have. We have a table tag. First, what we have a table tag. Then after table tag, we have a TH tag. Then t-head tag is also there, but the main tag th for defining the heading part, because we have to apply CSS to that. We have to apply CSS for whole table and for headers and for table data, the row we have. So you can see we have a table, then we have a table head, and after that we have a table data. The main thing that we have, table, table head, table data. Now I want to give common CSS to all three, table head, table data and table. So for that, what can I do? I can use grouping selector. If you remembered about the grouping selector, how can we give grouping selector CSS? For giving a grouping selector CSS, what we have to do? We want to give table, and after table put comma, want to apply th, table head, then table data, and use the curly bracket. No need to give space, and if you give space then also it's fine. Give little bit space, it's fine. Okay, now I want to give common CSS to 3. So for that, first I am going to add border, because without border it's look not good. So border of 1 pixel, and it should be solid. You can give any border, dotted border also, it's up to you. Solid. For example, if you don't like solid, you can give dotted. Lots of option you have. Dotted we have now, yeah. Let's say you can get dotted border as well. It's up to you. I like solid only, so I'm here I'm going to use solid border. So in this way you can style your table. You can do lots of things. I will show you one by one. So now it's look good. By giving border as a 1 pixel, it's looking good. Now if you want to make some, if you want to increase the width of your table, so for that what you can do, you can use table width. This is your table. This is your full table. And for table, I'm going to use some width as well. So here what I'm going to use, if I apply width here, so it will be applicable for these 3. But now I want to give width to my table only. So for that, what can I do? I can use table here. And inside table, I'm going to give width 100%. Let me save this. Now you can see. Let me make the size bigger, the width become more. Okay, fine, no worry. We will make it small. It's in our hand. Okay, no worry. Actually, I zoom it size. That's why it's looking so big. Not of CSS. I zoom it out so that it's looking so bold and so big. Now when I zoom in, then it's fine. Okay, so width is 100%. Now in the same way, I also want to give height to my header part. So for that, I want like it should be, it should have little more height so that it's look little more bold. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use th, and inside th I'm going to give height as 70 pixel. Let me save this and you can see. So in this way you can apply CSS. The one more thing that I want to tell you about alignment. For example, if you want to, for example, if your text is coming here, table data text is coming in between, and if you want to make it in a left side, not in a center, right now it's in a center, and if you want to align it in on a left hand side, for that what property you can use? You can use text align property. How? For example, this is a table data. So for table data, you can write td, and inside td you can give text align. This is a property. Right now already it is in center, so no need to do center. Lots of property you have, left, right, start, so you can click on left and you can see the difference. Your text goes on a left hand side. So in this way you can apply different properties while practicing. That's why I'm saying for practice, so that you can learn all those property that we have. So in this way we can align our text. And after it, one more thing that I want to tell you, we have some hovering effect. What hovering effect? Whenever I hover on any element, the color of that particular element becomes changed. For that, what we can do, we can write, for example, we have a table row, and for table row I want to apply some hovering effect. So it will be applicable for all rows, not for one, because we have tr is not, tr is for all the table row, not for a particular one table row. So here what I'm going to use, I'm going to use the hover property. We have to give this colon, and after colon we have to write hover, and then use the curly bracket as we are using, and give background color. The background color will be, if we have a light blue color behind, then we can give background color as this one, coral. Yeah, it's fine. Let me save this and let's see what happened. Now it's in a same color as before. Now what happened, when I hover on row, its color change. This is also a row, its color change. Now if in case I don't want my I don't want like hovering effect will come on table row only. It will come not come in table row only, it will come only in header part. So for that, what I can do, I can add th here. Let me save this, and after it we can see the difference. Now row is fine, it's reflecting in header part only. So in this way we can give hovering effect to any element. Just remember the syntax, like how can we add? We have to give colon, and after it we have to write the hover property. So in this way we can add hovering effect to any element, not only table head. Hope you understand. Let's see once. Okay. Now after that we are going to learn about display property and position property. And then we will learn about media query as well in today's class. Okay. One more thing, I forget to mention that we are consistently posting content on Instagram and YouTube. So do you like that? Reply in the chat. Do you like that the post that we are posting continuously on Instagram and YouTube? Okay, if you enjoyed our content, please subscribe and follow us on YouTube and Instagram. I am requesting for likes and subscription because we have an upcoming giveaway. So if you want to be eligible, then you will have to subscribe and follow. Okay, like those who have not liked and subscribed, please do now. Like I'm giving you 1 minute of time, so do it now. If you really want to be eligible for our upcoming giveaway, then please go like and subscribe because your participation is also valuable for us. Okay, now come to our next topic, that is display properties. Okay, so CSS display property is used to define the type of displaying an element. Like we have lots of property as display none, display inline, display block, display inline block. So these all property work in a different way. For example, if I want to remove the content, like if I have some content and I want this content take up no space, for that I can use display none. This is our content, and I want that I have to remove the content. I have to remove the space of the content. So for that I can use display none. I can show you practically so that you can understand clearly. Then we have a display inline. Inline means the content will come in one line only. By the word itself, you can understand. Then we have a display block. In display block, we have completely available spaces. Then we have a display inline block. It behaves like inline with additional features. I will show you that as well. So we have these display property that we are going to see now only. Let me show you one by one. Start with display none. So CSS display none, remove the content. It takes up no space. Let me show you. From here only, let me put another heading. Display property. Okay, fine. Okay, no worry. So display property. So the first property is display none. Let me write here only. Display none. Now here what I am going to do is that I'm going to add p tag, and inside p tag I'm going to write any random thing. Hello world. Let me copy this same and paste it 3 times or 4 times. Okay. Now here I'm going to take, we have another p tag inside this file. Okay, this we have. Okay, here we can use h3 only. Okay, fine. We have no p tag. Let me see. It's fine. So here we have a p tag, and inside p tag we are going to learn how our display none property work. Okay, now let me save this, and here you can see we have a 3p tag with the same hello world text. Now here I'm going to create p tag, and for p tag I'm going to apply some CSS, and CSS, what CSS? Display none. Display none. Where is our none? Okay, no worry. Display none. Let me save this. Now you can see we don't have our p tag here. Why? Because CSS display none remove the content. It take up no space. Now no space is also not there. The property that the text that we write here, it's not there. So CSS work like that. If you in future, if you make any project and after it you realize that it should be not there, so you can use CSS display none property, so that it's not reflecting the space also, like you write something here, like space is also not coming. So it's good for like future work. So in this way you can add display none property. Now after that you have a display inline property. How it behaves, let me remove this for a while, and instead of none here I'm going to write display inline. Let me save this. Before the p tag is coming one after another one. Now it's coming in one single line only. So what CSS display inline do, it wrap the width to the content of the element, does not cause line break on a new element declaration. So this is a display inline property. If you want to show something in one line, for that you can use display inline property. And before that, how's our text is looking like that? If we comment it out, it's come like one below another one. Okay, so if we use display inline, so it's come in a single line. Now next what we have a display block property. So CSS display block occupies the complete available space, cause line break on new element declaration. Let me show you. Display block will work as a by default. Okay, let me show you. Now you can see the by default text that we have. In this way it's work, display block property. Okay, you can give some width as well. For example, if you want to give width here, so you can add that as a width 20%. Let me save this. Now you can see. So in this way you can add many more CSS property in it. After display block we have display inline block. So CSS display inline block behaves like inline, and the width can be set unlike inline, which wrap the width. It does not cause line break on new element declaration. How? Let me here only, instead of block I am going to do inline block. So that you can see the difference. You can see. So in this way we can use display property and do apply CSS the way we want. So this is the CSS display property. After that we have position property. So this is also important. So here let me write it down, what property you learn about display. You can use it one by one so that you can get clear idea. So here we have a I can use 1 minute. Okay, let it be here only. I'm writing. We have a property and then we will write here description. Okay, inside property what we have, the first property we have display none. What it will do, it will removes the content. whatever the content you write, it remove the content, take up no space. You can say like this, takes up no space. In short way I am writing no space so that you can understand. After that, after display none, what we have next? Display inline. Display inline. So display inline, what it do? Width is wrapped to the content, of the element. Okay, then let me increase its size. Okay, after inline we have a display block property. So display block property occupy the complete available space. Space only. Okay. Then we have a last display inline block. What it will do, it will behave like inline with additional features. Okay, behaves like inline additional features of. Okay, that's it. We'll just note it down so that you can understand display property in a short form. Okay, now it will not display on our web page. So we have a property here, display none. We have a 4 property: display none, display inline, display block, and display inline block. And what all this property do? Property will do. The description is here, so you can read it and understand. Now, what next we have after display property? What we are going to learn about? Position. Okay, let's start. We have in position also we have different position, as a position fixed, position static, position absolute, position relative. So CSS position property is used to define the position of an element. Like position fixed, by word itself we understand fixes the position of an element according to the CSS. Now position static fixes the position of an element. Position absolute fixes position relative to its topmost parent. I will tell you the difference, not in a theory way, so that you get confused. Okay. Now the next topic is after display. You can use all those property, inline, none, on only one single paragraph tag so that you can understand the difference. Now we have another position properties. Inside position properties, first we will see position fix. So CSS position fixed fixes the position of an element according to the style specified. Scrolling the page will not change the position. If we scroll, it will not change the position. For that, we have a p tag. Let me use that only. P tag only. Okay. Now inside p tag, let me copy more. And put one image here. Let me add one image as well. So for adding image, what we can do, we can use src. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, inside src I'm going to add some image. Let me take css image only. Okay, copy this image, copy image address and paste it here. Now here, let me save this file. Okay, the image is so big. 1 minute. Let me decrease its size. Height 20 pixel. It becomes so small. I can do 40 pixel. 40 not 60 is fine. Okay. We have a height for this image because this image size is so big. Now it's fine. Now here I'm going to use one attribute that we call style attribute, and inside style attribute I'm going to give position fixed. Position fixed. Okay, let me save this. Okay, where our image goes. 1 minute. Let me reload this page once again. Okay, image is not visible. 1 minute. Let me remove that property from there. It's happening. Okay, we have inline block. Let me remove this CSS from here. Okay, now we have this image. Okay, now let me add a position fixed property. I have to use this style attribute, and inside style attribute I'm going to use position fixed. Let me save this. Okay, again it's invisible. Why it's happening in my case? One minute, guys. Let me check why this is happening. Okay, no worry. So, in today's class, let's get over here only. Like, we will learn about display property. I will check this and tell you tomorrow why this is happening now. And we'll tell you about later on because in my own view, it's not going to happen like this. It will be shown to us. But why this is happening, I'm also not getting right now. We don't have external CSS as well for p tag. Okay, no worry, it's fine. I will tell you tomorrow. In tomorrow class, I will told you why this is happening. Okay, so in today's class, what we will learn about the table, like how can we style our table tag while making simple HTML table. After that, we will learn about box model. Inside box model, how can we add a property like border, padding, margin. And after that, we will see like how can we add hovering effect to our table. Then we will learn about display property. Inside display property, we will learn about four property, that is display none, display inline. Then we have a display block, and then we have a display inline block, and we get description as well how this property work. So you guys also do try and you guys also do practice and try by your own self so that you get an idea. And I will tell you about display position property tomorrow, like how it's work. Right now there are some issue, that's why it's not working, but in tomorrow class I will tell you the reason why it's happening. So now you get your attendance link, so please click on the link and fill your attendance sheet.